Prince William has arrived in Brazil for his first official visit, where he'll host his annual environmental competition, the Earthshot Prize. Whilst he's there, he'll also deliver a speech at the COP Climate Conference.
It's a royal visit that has captivated the world and warmed hearts across South America. Prince William's historic tour of Brazil has turned into one of the most memorable and humanizing royal visits of recent years. From the moment his plane touched down in Rio de Janeiro, it was clear this wasn't just another formal state trip. This was a mission filled with purpose, compassion, and connection. Over the course of several days, the future King of England embraced Brazil's culture, its people, and its causes, leaving behind not just handshakes and ceremonies, but genuine moments of empathy and joy. The royal visit began in spectacular fashion when Prince William arrived in Rio de Janeiro, greeted by cheering crowds and flashing cameras. The city's mayor, Eduardo Paes, welcomed him personally at the historic city palace, where the prince was presented with the keys to the city of Rio, one of the highest civic honors bestowed upon foreign guests. Beaming from ear to ear, William expressed his gratitude to the people of Brazil and spoke about his admiration for the country's unmatched energy, resilience, and joy. "It's a privilege to be here," he said, "in a city that celebrates life, sport, and community like no other." The moment symbolized not only friendship between nations, but also the start of a royal chapter rooted in humanity and goodwill. As he waved to the crowd outside, onlookers described him as relaxed, approachable, and utterly at ease under the golden Brazilian sun. Later that day, Prince William made a special stop at Rio's legendary Maracanã Stadium, a temple of football history. But this time, it wasn't about global championships or high-profile matches. It was about children. William laced up his sneakers and joined a group of local kids for an impromptu game of football. What followed was pure joy, laughter, excitement, and the sound of cheers as the prince kicked, dribbled, and even scored a goal. The future king celebrated alongside the children, exchanging high fives and smiles in a moment that perfectly captured the universal magic of sport. As president of England's Football Association, the prince highlighted football's power to unite people across borders. "Football isn't just a game," he told reporters. "It's a language everyone in the world speaks, and Brazil speaks it beautifully." The clip of William laughing with kids quickly went viral, showing a royal not afraid to get a little sweaty for the sake of connection. The warmth continued when the prince made his way to Ipanema Beach, one of Rio's most iconic locations. Dressed casually and full of energy, he kicked off his shoes and joined locals in a friendly game of beach volleyball. Spectators couldn't believe their eyes. The barefoot prince, diving in the sand, laughing and clapping for his teammates. The sight reminded many of his late mother, Princess Diana, whose charm and spontaneity once broke royal protocol and won the world's affection. Locals cheered as William shook hands, posed for selfies, and even joked with players in Portuguese. "He's so down to earth," one beachgoer told reporters. "He feels like one of us." That spirit of connection became a defining theme of the entire visit, a royal who leads not with formality, but with genuine human warmth. The royal sporting streak continued with a special meeting between Prince William and Brazilian football legend Cafu, the man who captained Brazil to its 5th World Cup victory in 2002. Cafu greeted the prince warmly and presented him with a signed Brazilian national team jersey. The shirt carried a heartfelt message, "To Prince William, from one football fan to another." William thanked him sincerely and said he would treasure the gift as a symbol of friendship between two great football nations. Their meeting wasn't just a photo opportunity, it represented a cultural bridge, where sport became a universal language of respect and admiration. The image of the two shaking hands, the future King of England and one of Brazil's most iconic athletes, quickly spread across social media, sparking global headlines. But the royal visit wasn't all ceremonies and smiles. It carried a serious and deeply meaningful purpose as well. Prince William, a longtime advocate for environmental conservation, traveled to the coastal region of Guanabara Bay, where he participated in a mangrove restoration project. Surrounded by volunteers, scientists, and local children, the prince rolled up his sleeves, picked up a shovel, and joined in planting mangrove saplings, vital trees that protect the coastline from erosion and help filter the water. "Every tree we plant here," he said, "helps protect the world we leave for our children." It was a powerful image, a prince literally getting his hands dirty for the planet. The initiative was closely linked to his Earthshot Prize, highlighting his commitment to supporting communities that take real, practical action to combat climate change. For many, this was the moment that defined the trip, a future king using his influence not to command, but to contribute. During his stay, Prince William also traveled inland to Brasilia, where he delivered a keynote address focused on Brazil's indigenous communities and their essential role in protecting the Amazon rainforest. Standing before an audience of tribal leaders, environmental advocates, and government officials, he praised indigenous peoples as guardians of the Earth's lungs. The prince pledged continued support for initiatives that protect the Amazon and the cultures that depend on it.
For indigenous communities, these losses are not just environmental, but existential. As forests are destroyed, so are their ancestral lands, sacred sites, and even lives. Indigenous peoples and local communities are partners and leaders with their own solutions. They are not just residents of the forest, they are its protectors.
After the speech, indigenous leaders presented him with a handcrafted necklace made from Amazonian seeds, a symbol of respect and unity between their people and the British royal family. The moment was deeply emotional, underscoring William's evolving role as a global advocate for environmental and humanitarian causes. Perhaps the most poignant moment of the tour came when Prince William visited Sugarloaf Mountain, one of Brazil's most recognizable landmarks. Standing on the viewing deck overlooking the glittering city of Rio, William paused at the exact spot where Princess Diana was photographed during her own 1991 visit. The resemblance was striking, hands in pockets, serene and reflective, gazing out over the city that had once welcomed his mother with the same affection. It was more than a photo opportunity, it was a quiet tribute. "My mother loved this place," he was overheard saying softly. She would have been proud to see this connection continue. For many observers, it was a deeply human moment, a son honoring his mother's legacy while carrying forward her compassion and authenticity on the world stage. As the royal tour drew to a close, Prince William expressed his heartfelt thanks to Brazil. In a farewell address, he said, "I will carry the warmth and kindness of Brazil in my heart forever." This country's spirit, its love for life, community, and the planet, is something the whole world can learn from. The crowd cheered as he waved goodbye, his words echoing the sentiment of a trip that had transcended politics and protocol. From the bustling streets of Rio to the depths of the Amazon, this royal journey showcased not just diplomacy, but humanity. A future king walking among the people, laughing with children, getting his hands muddy, and speaking from the heart. As his plane lifted off from Rio de Janeiro, the sun set over the Atlantic, a perfect metaphor for a visit that bridged continents, cultures, and causes. In Brazil, Prince William wasn't just seen as a royal figure, but as a man dedicated to change, compassion, and continuity. He left behind a trail of smiles, a sense of unity, and a reminder that leadership, at its best, means service.